Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is having to test my dog fence out to make sure it's on my side of the property line. No, I'm not getting anything again. Are you hearing it? Okay, I got that down. So now I got to get a shovel and I got to start digging because I got to find water lines and electrical lines. Water lines and electrical lines. That's what I've got to do. Dang, man. It's a glorious day out though. Okay, change the layout of where the building is. Rather than setting it back, you're going to bring it forward. And so corner here. Corner here. To there. 50 feet. Back up 36 feet. But that's because of 10 feet of concrete. Alright, so that's going to be that. I'm going to go back and whack that tree part that fell down. And I'm going to start working on this tree right here. Just because it needs to be gotten. It's a third half of it's already dead. This side here is just all full of dead stuff. The only tree I'm gonna really miss or regret having to take down is this one right here. It's the nicest of this whole bunch in here. These evergreens in here, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these evergreens, I'd give a rat's ass about. That tree is about the one that bothers me. It's a nice tree. Anyway, so I'm going to go back and whack up this branch that came down. Alright, so that guy needs to come down. It needs to come down. Hey. Take it easy here, fellas. And I'm kind of thinking I might just try to cut it from off the trunk or the base of the tree there with this. See if I have enough reach. See if I have. See, this thing's balanced. Once you get the bar and chain on here, this thing's balanced pretty well. Man, that's pretty sketchy, but I might be able to do it. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Turn my music back on. I have to get on a ladder to get at that better. See what happens here. come down lower. Chain is so dull. I'm gonna have to get a ladder to get that thing. Change this chain out. This bar, I'm not sure what's up with it, but I can't get this chain. I don't think this bar is exactly for this saw because I cannot get it to. It's about as far as back as it's gonna get, and that's just too much slack that I care for. Alright, well, I gotta go get a ladder, but I can't trust that branch. So, and this tree now has pretty much had it. So I'm gonna have to just bring this thing down. I got space to do it, so it's a shame, but that tree's got to come down. So I gotta go get a ladder, put a chain, sharpened chain on the extended hole saw, and probably need to put a new one on here. I used it on this tree yesterday. I noticed it wasn't going through this harder wood as fast as it should, but I forgot I used it on that chunk of tree yesterday. So ladder, chains, and I wasn't really thinking about having to bring this tree down, but better to do that than have that branch fall on somebody or something. I'm actually going to look into buying a used chipper shredder so I can take care of some of the stuff myself, not have to rent a damn machine. Okay, had a slight delay in activities. Had to change the chain out on this, and change the bar and chain out on the Echo. So now I think I'm good to go. Had to grab a ladder. So first thing I'm gonna do is cut that hanging thing off there, cut that little stub off on the side of it over here, cut that little stub off, cut that hanging piece off, and then fell the tree out that way. And sorry man, I hate to do that, but I can't have that hanging there and fall down on somebody or something. You can see it, that this whole branch right here, the top coming down, is broke. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so now that one's down. Now, put my ladder over here to get at that one. Not much. What the hell are you hung up on? Good Lord. There we go. These vines, man, this stuff just is nothing but pain in the ass. Frickin' vines. That's the way I thought she was gonna go. Alright, what a pain in the ass that was. My humble opinion. Evergreen, holly crap, vine crap, everything. Here crap, there crap, everywhere crap. Okay. That's kind of a big tree. I don't think I'm taking the whole stump. I think I'm just going to take it, like right here. That little piece of crap's right in the way. If I had the bobcat, I'd take it out, root ball and all. But I don't have the bobcat here with me, and I'm not going to go get it just to do that. I'm going to take that little one down. Use the small saw for that. If it's got something in there, or that idle, it's hard to adjust the idle. I had it perfect yesterday, and now she's picking up high as soon as I did that one cut. God, these vines, man. I hate these freaking vines. Everywhere you step, they're getting around your feet. God bless them, man. Impeding progress. Have a very good path of these vines. Back over there. Down. Sorry, tree. Much as people watching these things think I have it out for trees, I really don't. I've actually been busting my ass off back here for a few years now, clearing all of this, getting all the crap out of here to save as many trees as I can. But I just don't have the equipment to get up that high. And this was the branch right here that was broke. That thing coming down from that height on somebody or something, damage will be, there will be damage. As the movie, there will be blood. Sorry, tree. But maybe I'll make this one healthier now. Got that vine, that damn vine, I think that vine's what snapped that. The storm might have snapped that too, but I think yanking that vine out, you can still see all the crap intertwined in here from the vine. Oh well. Tree down, tree down. Now, I'm not going to cut it up right now because I want to get on with getting on with the tree up by the house here, start trimming on those. Because I got to figure out how to pull a permit to get this building underway. I'm going to start in on this tree right here. And just start on these branches. Get this thing paired up as much as possible and get the stuff pulled on back there, and See if I can't get a chipper shredder bot. It looks like I can get a fairly decent used one for like $9 grand. And we'll see. Alright, hopefully we can knock them out of here. But since I'm not like trimming, I'm cutting down. I'm not so worried about relief cuts with it now. Alright, so I've gotten some limbs off of that tree, this tree here. Some pretty healthy limbs. Got a bunch off of that one. But I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to bring this guy down right here. And hopefully get it to fall that way. And I hope this goes all right. That's a big tree in a crowded space. And again, this is not my profession. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. That was a big boy. Down. Man, I almost got that exactly where I wanted it. I really wanted it on this side of that other stump, but hey, for a rookie amateur, that's not bad. So no more piles out here. I got pretty much everything picked up that I cut down, except for that big tree and the tree in the back. But I wanted to get this stuff cleared up because I do believe I may take the white lift tomorrow. Well, this one I'll start with a ladder and get some of these branches around here. But I'd start, up higher. The more I can take off, the higher up I can take off the branches, the less, worry I have about where it's gonna fall. Like hopefully not on me. So the more I can do, the less I have to pay to get done. That's how I look at it. This tree's been here for a little while. You could see the growth on it, but the faster growing season, the seasons where it grew slower, less, I guess, tighter rings, and all the trees right about the same height have this little bow in them, like that one. Like that one has a bow in it right there. That one has a bow in it. That one has a bow in it. This one doesn't. But that one splits out. A lot of these trees, more than not, have this kink right about at the same spot. So I don't know what would have happened about that time to cause that. For them all to have a bend or a bow in them right there. It's kind of crazy. Maybe so it's Sunday, and so the weather did not cooperate today as forecasted. And I really don't care to fire that lift up, run around in the wet ground. I don't like working with wet trees. It's sketchy enough being as ignorant as I am, working around the trees as it is, let alone when they're wet. And it's still kind of misting. But just checking my damage from yesterday. I'm glad I got my piles picked up yesterday. Because as gentle as I try to be, that bobcat, as I said, just tears stuff up, I think I'm going to be able to get most of this tree down, these two trees, and I think I'll be able, if these two trees, I get these two trees right here down, this one right here, and that one right there. If I get it down, I think I could bring this one down, just bring it down that way, kind of opposite of that one there. But hopefully before too long, I'll be standing in my new shop. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go in the garage here and get a couple of things organized in the garage, and then I may go over to the shop and deal with that. Just damp. I knew we were supposed to have showers like over the night, but not lasting all day. So I've got some parts in. I ordered some new C-clamps. I'm a little kit of clamps. A little baby clamp. Still have a couple more coming. The ones I had were old. I like them. They're old, but man, the threaded shafts have gotten bent. And all right, so now this took forever. It's like been well over a month. This is the hub that I was looking to get for that Echo. Okay. This is the old hub. and you can see I just ripped a gap right between all through those teeth, knocked a few teeth off, and this is the new one. So the hub that I have on there now is not an Echo hub, and it's a different style. It was an option provided by Echo, or is an option provided by Echo Parts, but it's a different style hub. Gears. I should have showed a picture of it before I installed it. Instead of having like teeth on a gear like this, a star gear for the chain, it's a solid, kind of like a solid fixture, and it has slots in it that the teeth, or that the yeah, you could say the teeth on the chain ride in. So it's just a different style. It seems to be working, and being that it wasn't Poulan or wasn't Echo, and given that it wasn't an Echo hub and it was that optional style, I was a little bit hesitant, but I put it on. I used it yesterday, so it seems to be working fine. That's cool. So that pulley on the Hustler that broke that was responsible for breaking that cable. This was that hub. Just rusted through and broke. I had to blow my nose. I had some little bug on here as well. I don't know what that thing was, but it's gone. So this thing, you can see it just rusted off and it got jammed and therefore broke that cable. So this is a hub that I bought. I think this one came in from McMaster Car. It's stainless and it has a bearing. This is the bolt. So it's 3/8 inch hub, and that works fine. That was $40, man, for this thing. It's kind of cool. Bearing, stainless, overkill, but it's what I could find. Now this, look this one here. Obviously, get this off of there. The diameters are quite a bit different, but where the cable rides is very close. So this, again, this has a closer diameter to the entire hub, our sheave or pulley that was mounted on there. But it's not as deep, obviously, right, where the cable rides. So the actual diameter of what the cable rides on is bigger than that one. And the center hub on this is a 1/2 inch, where this is 3/8 inch. So I had to buy bushings to step this down, bronze bushings to act as a bearing as well. So I'll see what works better. I paid 40 some odd dollars for that one. You think I should use it, but want to see if this functions as well, because if this one went, the others may not be far behind. So I'd like to find a solution that's a little bit more economical than that one. This, I don't think, this has a center in it, but I'm not even sure if it was a bearing center or not. I got to check the other one, because unless this one's just seized, and that could have been the problem too, is that this bearing seized up. But if it is in fact a bearing, kind of looks like it. So that's stuff for the Hustler. I got some other parts for that Echo. I got an oiler tube. I figured, well, given that I had it cracked open, I might as well replace some of that stuff, but had to get it rolling. So it's working with that other hub. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I might put this weed eater blower back together today, because I'm not going to get this gasket unless I cut one. This gasket, I'm not going to get it unless I cut it myself. So maybe I'll deal with that one too. Clamps. Got some multi-purpose lithium grease for the little gun. Some of my foreign tools here. I might put all this foreign stuff, except one of those wrenches because it works good for the chainsaws. Like this stuff, I might put all that stuff into that toolbox I put back together. So at least it's got some tools in it ready to go, so I don't have to take them in and out of the drawers, you know, if I gotta go use it to go work on something. Spent last night checking out chipper shredders online. For 12 inch, obviously, I'm not going to spend 17,000, 25, 30 grand on a new chipper. I'm just looking for something used to use on my property. But 12 inch, my budget max is like 9 grand, which I really even shouldn't spend that. But it's hard to find a what I would consider a reliable 12 inch feed chipper shredder that's diesel for 9 grand. I found a couple of them, but I'd have to do some traveling to go get them. Bunch of 6-inch stuff out there, but I gotta see just I gotta go visualize what an actual 6-inch piece of wood looks like, because that would be maxing out. I'd be maxing it out with a lot of my stuff, and I'd rather run a 12 inch at 60 to 70% capacity rather than a 6-inch at 90 to 95% capacity. You know, just less stress on me. But we'll see how that one works out. So that's about it. I'm just gonna muddle around and do some of this stuff today. Get some of my stuff from yesterday posted. This is the garage. Still debating. I might wind up getting 2 lifts, actually, to continue the conversation. I might wind up putting a portable lift in here, be it a platform scissor lift or a 2-post portable, and put a more permanent 2-post 9,000, 10,000 pound lift in the new building when it goes up. I think that's what I'm going to wind up doing, but cross that bridge when I get the buildings. But I got to get a lift, man. I got stuff to be working on vehicles, and I can't do it rolling around. That's just crazy. Anyway, so I've been looking at various options there. The 2-post, it's just a matter of what. To me, it's a matter of the brand, because I want the overhead. Like my last one, it was a 10,000 pound, and it had the overhead bar, so I didn't have anything on the floor. But the portable, you have a couple of options. You got those platform like scissor lift ones that are single piece. You've got those that are 2-piece scissor lift, and then you got the post type of portable ones, 2 posts and a portable remote power unit. So I just got a cost, you know, as a factor, and I'll get it figured out. But that's on my plate. Chipper shredder, lifts, the building. I got the quote in. Anyway, just waiting on stuff. All right, so given that I couldn't get that gasket back, or it's discontinued as I found out after I ordered it, and it broke when I was pulling it up because I was assuming I could get a new gasket. Bad on me. Uh, I'm using this around it, and given that that's the crank, you know, it's kind of a pressure bearing. That's the crank right down in there. It's kind of a pressure, you know, bearing seal. I put that all around it, especially on the brakes. Um, it's kind of going to be a one-shot thing, man. Put it on and hope this thing works and seals. The only other option I'd have is to cut my own gasket. I could always do that, but for right now, I'm just going to see if this works and get it back together. I've had this thing for 25 years or so, so I just like to keep it going. didn't realize that you had to do all this mess to get the muffler off. And I took the muffler off to check the spark arrestor, but to come out, this model doesn't have a spark arrestor, so that wasn't plugged up. Because the thing start up but just won't run and idle. And I did find some, and I put a new carburetor in it some time ago, but I haven't ran it much since then. So I don't know, man. Hopefully this works and see what happens from here. But that's where I'm at on it now. I'm trying to get this I guess it's like the carburetor manifold, part of the block crank seal assembly back down on it. Alright, continue on. Okay, so I got that back down. You probably can't see this, but there's a little piece of wire sticking up there. That little wire feeds up through there and sits underneath this this screw bolt I'm putting down now. I was wondering where the hell that thing went, because I had it in my parts here and I couldn't remember. It's a little grounding wire, so I guess it used to ground the carburetor. Thought I heard somebody out here. Uses the carburetor to ground. Oh, it's the new church neighbors down there. Hopefully that'll work out. Alright, finally got this bugger pumped back up, one of the wheelbarrow wheels around here. I had to put a new valve stem in it, and then of course it was completely deflated, so I did the old sprayed some flammables and torched it, and it popped it right in. So that's cool. That's a good score. I like that working. Didn't burn my face or eyebrows or anything off, so that's a good score. I gotta run down to the shop here and I gotta see if I have one of these. I don't know why these. Yeah, I thought I had one here. Okay, so what's cool now is, in theory, I should now be able to use 20-volt slide battery in place of that 18-volt battery. But let's see. Let's see if this works. Look at that. Well, got this thing flying. That works. That's a cool score. All right. But now the trick is, can I get it off of here? Alright, well, let me buzz over to the shop. I'm awaiting my parts blaster, and let me shut off my little portable air compressor that I have in here. Off, and I won't open it up until I shut down. I might need to shoot some air in the gator tires here when I pull back in. Alright, so let's go over to the shop. Alright, it is Monday, I believe. And back at doing tree stuff. did some Pete, my buddy the electrician, was by today and checked some stuff out, so I got some go-tos with regards to getting some electrical stuff done. I gotta go pick up a trencher and do some trenching, that's for sure. Got that one down. Now let's check this bugger out. I do believe. Okay. See if I can reach that bugger, I don't know. Tree's got a lump around its base. Oh yeah. Oh, come on, baby. That's a Widowmaker. If it was any bigger. That's what happens to get in with these trees that are so tight with one another, and they're so tall, it's hard to get stuff to fall without it running in it. Right, man, this is a good one. Oh. Thing went in there about 4 feet, or 4 inches. Pretty good divot. Alright, and you gotta watch yourself around this stuff. Again, this is not my profession, but I learned quickly. You gotta respect this stuff, man. It can roll and twist and move on you in directions you never even thought of. I try to think this stuff out and use my best guesstimate based on my experience that I've been gaining since doing a lot of it just around my own property here as an amateur. But I learned it's kind of a tough job to OJT, but on-job training. But it's the way it goes sometimes. Just gotta just do it, man, as they say. Just do it. Come on, baby. There we go. Right on. Start twisting around towards me. I don't like that. Even being a little fella like that can put a knot on your head, poking your eyeball. So I'll go around this side. Got hung up in that evergreen. Getting into the serious stuff now. Well, here I am, up on my lift. And I'm going to go down one center on it. Straight. Jaxie! Okay, all good, but I'm a living example of my own words of wisdom. Man, you gotta watch this stuff. I got clumped in the head by some of the evergreen stuff. Nothing bad, it just knocked my hat, but nothing, no damage to me. Camera took a spill, but that's the way it goes. So put my snatch block on that evergreen, Bronco back this way, pull the branch down that way and cut it from the base here and get it to try to go down that way. I'd have to trim up some of those evergreen crap out of the way, because that is a tall son of a gun up there, man. Just gotta get this, if I could get this branch of this thing off of there without it coming down there, that would be awesome. If it goes that way, it's gonna get into those evergreens. I could trim those evergreens back. I'm just winging this, people. These are some big trees for a guy on his own to get, but I'm gonna figure a way to do it. But I need to clean this stuff up so I have a clear footprint down here. I got some stuff up front to clean up too that I haven't touched. Things working out well. Appreciate it. I gotta get out, clean it up, and do some decent maintenance on it. Fuel lines, fuel filters, oil change. There's a hydraulic ram that's not even connected for the brakes, but as soon as you let off the lever on this thing stops. It's like stops that second. It rocks you up there, man. Okay, well, let me clean up this mess down here, and then I'll see what I can do about furthering my tree removal endeavors. I did get the permit filed. They got to review it. I don't know, man. It just, you know, they asked for the contractor's license and stuff, and just say, hey, that's me, I'm the contractor. But they did have a code for self-contracting. You don't need a license number, so that's cool. And so we'll see what happens. I used the map of the property that was done, a site survey, used it because it has markers and distances, and used it to show them where the footprint of the building's going to go. Used the specifications that I received for the building, construction wise, and go from there. So, okay, go from there. Anyway, sorry about the camera stuff. I'm looking around trying to think of stuff while I talk. Again, remember, like, these kind of videos, these things, man, are me just out here doing what I do, and the camera gives me somebody to talk to. Gets, rather than just to myself. Makes me feel better, I guess. Psychoanalysis into a GoPro knockoff. It's not even a GoPro, man. It's a knockoff. Alright, well, let me figure this stuff out.